So because of certain technical issues we've been having here in Illinois, it is 11:51 a.m., June 21st, 2024. I'm back for more of The Legend of Heroes. Trails in the Sky the Third for the PC. And we're going to jump into Chapter 6 is what we're going to do. It's going to be one of the coolest things that's ever happened. Except not really, but... That's John, I swear. You've reached the Emerald City Church. How may I help you? Oh, is that you, Kevin? I didn't think you'd be there already. So, I was just going to leave a message with the priest. Oh, hey, Rufina. Trying a different mic position. Yeah, I got here late this morning. How about you? When do you think you'll be getting here? I'm going to be a little late, I'm afraid. There's been an accident or something, so the train's been delayed. I probably won't be getting there until this evening now. Evening style. Also, fun fact, it's 89 degrees today. So, stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Gotcha. I'll wait here till you arrive. I think Reese and the kids would get all bent out of shape if I showed up without you. Oh, please. I'm sure you're just exaggerating. Although, speaking of Reese, I hope you've been thinking about how you're going to cheer her up. Cheer her up style, even. I got it all planned out. I've been stocking up on souvenirs from every mission I've been going to. Should be enough to snap her out of her funk. There was a bad accident. I wouldn't be so sure if I were you. Girls her age are more complex than you think. Yeah? I guess she's not really a kid anymore now that she's 13, but still. She's a teenager. Probably has her own bamboo anti-calculator. Actually, that's about how old you were when we first met, right? Now that you mention it, it was. How time flies. Sorry. It looks like the train's about ready to leave. I'm gonna have to go. I'll see you later then, alright? If you get bored of waiting, you can always set it to race car mode. And you're welcome to go on home ahead of me, of course. Got it. See you later. Man, how time flies is right. Have I really not been home in 2 years? And I guess that makes 9 since I met Rufina. I hope Reese isn't too grumpy when we finally get there. Kevin. What is it, Father? Has something bad happened? Well, I've just received word that someone spotted a group of men dressed in all black at the edge of town. What's worse is they were supposedly heading for the mountain path. And they were carrying a whole bucket of Dixie cups. You don't think... If they were, Astor House must be their target, I fear. Do you have any idea what's going on? I wish I did. I doubt it's anything to do with the grouse ritter, at least. I think I should go and check it out just in case. Please do. Oh, do you know when Rufina's going to be arriving, by the way? This evening, by the sound of it. She said her train's been delayed. When she arrives, can you let her know what happened? Let her know, style. Gotta let them know. Damn it, Jaegers. Seems like there's anywhere between 5 and 10 of them. But well, what could they want with a gospel facility to begin with? They're trying to rid the world of gospel music. That's what they're trying to do. The longer they're allowed to be in there, the more danger the kids are in. I'm gonna have to try and handle this alone. It's time to put my combat skills to good use. Combat style. Combo breaker, even. One time when Joel played gospel music. Chapter 6, The Guardian's Trials. Oh, I think I know what chapter this is. This is a fun one. Yeah. It's all coming back to me. Also, Lancer went live. That's a cool deal. Celeste? Wasn't that the name we saw in those data crystals? That's right. According to those, she was the de facto leader of the group of ancients who sealed away the Orioli. She was also the founder of Libero's current royal family. I'm glad to see the information I left behind ended up proving useful to someone. It really did. I mean, we wouldn't have able to get, we wouldn't have gotten through it without all that, you know. So then you're really the founder of Libero's royal family? Not technically. I'm not the real Celestios Lys. Think of me something of a shadow. Or a partial copy her personality created in order to influence Phantasma from within. How can you only be a partial copy? The truth behind you is apparently more complicated than we thought. You don't appear to be a spirit of some kind, though. I see that now. That is correct. Before I try to explain just what I am, I should probably tell you more about what the world we are in is first. You can do that? This should be interesting. Interesting style. I'm interested in this. As you are aware, the land in which you stand is called Phantasma. This is a world belonging to a higher plane of existence, created several thousands of years ago by the Orioli. Its purpose was to act as a subsystem for the Orioli in order to incorporate and process the will of the LiberArch's populace. One might call it a self-organized world, designed to realize countless possible others as necessary. Pardon? You've lost me. Yeah, is there a simpler way to explain this? Well, while not technically correct, perhaps you could think of it this way. Phantasma is like a fictitious realm, created by the Orioli in order to fulfill humanity's every wish and desire. That's better. What exactly qualifies Phantasma as fictitious? I can't help but think it's far too real to be a land of pure fantasy. Final Fantasy, even. When I say a fictitious world, I don't mean to suggest that Phantasma is a complete lie. It's more like a shadow graph, or kaleidoscope. It has its own laws and can change to reflect countless different possibilities. Does this make the concept any easier for you to understand? Somewhat, yes. And suddenly the name Phantasma seems that much more appropriate. As I stated previously, it was a subsystem of the Orioli, rather than being the Orioli itself, and it helped to grant people's desires. They were separate entities, but effectively like two sides of the same coin. The relationship caught our eye as we were devising the sealing mechanism. You mean the mechanism used to seal away the Orioli? That was also in those data crystals left behind. Exactly. At first we thought our plan would be impossible to execute. After all, the Orioli had absolute control over space itself, and was able to influence mankind's every action. Even after coming upon the idea of temporarily freezing it, and imprisoning it with a gravity barrier, we had no way to implement our plans. Without that, they were simply ideas with no real meaning. We were effectively at a total loss. That's a shame. You had discovered your foe's weakness, but had no way to take advantage of it. That must have been quite the frustrating predicament. Indeed. And yet our perseverance rewarded us with the development of something that could take advantage of that weakness. The Recluse Cube. Not quite the Ice Cube. Is that what this is known as, then? Yes. That is the only object in existence able to interact with Phantasma without relying on the Orioli as an intermediary. Celeste used that to create a partial copy of her personality. That is, me. Inside Phantasma. And once inside, I began working to sabotage Phantasma's functionality by using this garden as my base of operations. As a result of my efforts, the Orioli's processing ability was hindered just long enough for the plan to be executed. He who catches his foe off guard wins the battle. The same principle applies to martial arts, too. It sounds like you really put a lot of thought into planning everything. Maybe, but I can't deny that luck played a part in the end. The rear end. Once the Orioli was sealed away, my work was done, and I fell into a deep sleep here. My reason behind that, if the Orioli were ever unsealed, I might be able to provide assistance to the people of that time. I'm pleased you've been able to handle it just fine without my help, however. However style, even. Luck's played a huge part for us too, though. We're not even sure where the Orioli is now. As far as we're aware, it disappeared during all that happened at the Liberarch. I thought as much. I was able to confirm the Orioli's disappearance from here within Phantasma, too. Monopoly style. When I did so, I thought my purpose for existing was finally over. And all that was left for me was this land was to embrace a slow and peaceful destruction. And that all that was left for me in this... Okay, yeah. But that was not to be. Soon the Lord of Phantasma appeared. Ah. So that's when it happened. Quite a recent development, I see. The Lord of Phantasma appeared out of nowhere, healing all of my power before I was even aware what happened. What a jerk. After doing so, they began to remake Phantasma in accordance to their own designs. Both this world's current structure and the planes that make it up were all the Lord of Phantasma's creations. Looks like your theory was correct, Ren. Still, that makes it sound like... Yeah. So you don't know who that masked bastard is either, then? I'm afraid not. Their every action thus far has been a mystery. Ordinarily, they should not have been able to gain access to this world in the first place. And I'm afraid I have no idea what they're trying to achieve by bringing all of you in here and testing you. Well, that's a shame. Yeah, that's the part we want to know most of all. I only wish I could be of more help. The only other thing I can say about them is that I suspect the Lord of Phantasma is currently in the 7th plane. There's a 7th? What makes you think that? That was the first plane they created after appearing in this world. Just what kind of place that plane is, I don't know. I bet it's basically Gehenna. But I can sense dark, inhuman thoughts from there, and they're spreading out across the whole of Phantasma. Sounds like New Jersey. That doesn't sound good. Then we'll be seeing them after the next one, won't we? Yeah. We just finished the 5th when we came back here. We're almost there! Presuming they're waiting for us on the 7th, the time to fight them head-on may not be that far off. I was getting tired of waiting. As was I. It seems the end may finally be in sight. Now, if only we had some sort of inkling as to what the Lord of Phantasma is trying to achieve. Actually, I just might. Kevin! Kevin's back. Kevin? You're up. It's good to see you again, Father. You too. Wasn't expecting you, of all people, to get an invitation here. Or you, for that matter, little lady. I'm sure you weren't. I've got something I want to ask you. But I suppose that can wait until later. Yeah, for sure. Kevin's back and ready for action. Are you sure you're feeling alright? Right as rain. I'm feeling just great. All that sleep must have done me a lot of good. And I see you guys made a whole lot of progress while I was out cold, too. Yeah. Hey, I'm Kevin Graham. Or maybe I don't need to introduce myself since you seem to know a thing or two about everyone who's come in here so far. True. I was able to tell what was happening at the Liberarch from the garden. I noticed you put your bamboo anti-calculator into race car mode. And out of all the people here, you are the one closest to the truth of what is happening here. Am I wrong? What? No, I don't think you are. I can't pretend to be much of a pool expert on what Phantasma itself is. But I've got a pretty good idea as to who's responsible for all of this. I can only think of one person twisted enough to put us through all we've been through. It's not West Ham Sandwich, is it? Wait, is it someone you know? You could say that, yeah. The short version is, they're a real piece of work. Cunning, arrogant, cold-hearted son of a bitch who doesn't even see people as people. Damn you, Steve Peterson, I knew it all along. That about sums up who we're dealing with. Sounds like a real awful guy. And who, may I ask, is it that you're talking about? Well, about that, would you be willing to wait just a bit longer for the answer to that one? I'm pretty sure I'm right, but I'm still missing one last thing that'll let me be completely certain. And I think we'll find out just what that is in the 6th plane. Haha, and here I thought we were finally gonna get an answer. Is there a reason you can't share your theory as is? Yeah, I realize I'm asking a lot after we've come so far. But I promise that as soon as I know for sure, I'll talk. I swear on the goddess's name and on the church's emblem. Maybe it's Houston Nutt. Well, I don't see any reason to say no. Likewise, he's clearly got his reasons. It's not often you ask us for favors, so I can let it slide. No problem here. if he says wait, I'll wait. I feel as though we can trust your judgment, Kevin. Well, I have no objections either. Me neither. Maybe it's Turner Gill. I don't really care as long as I get to have my fun. I believe we're all in agreement then. Yep, consider this one settled. For sale sign style. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Anyway, now that I'm up, I'm also down to take lead again. And I'd appreciate it if you back me up. No problem. It seems like you're all ready to move on. While you're advancing through the 6th plane, I'll do all that I can on my end to find out more about the 7th. Of course, if you need my support, I'll be happy to provide you through the cube and the monuments as I always have. Now that you mention it, we haven't really thanked you for all the help you've given us since we got here, have we? Thanks, Celeste. We couldn't have done this without you. You truly are in your debt. Please, think nothing of it. I am but a shadow placed here with a duty to fulfill. I believe helping you to be part of that duty. If I may, allow me to help you however I can. Will do. Sorry for worrying you too, Reese. But I'm just fine now. So please, just leave everything to me. I'm begging you. Leave it all to me! Only if you promise me one thing. What is it? I won't make you promise not to put yourself in danger, or to overdo it. But don't do anything that would make Rufina sad. Rufina style, even. You really know how to hit a guy where it hurts, don't you? Like that time the professor wanted the EDF to hit the enemy where it hurts. So, will you promise? Yeah, I promise. I swear on her name I won't. Won't style. So for this next chapter, you're going to have to kind of switch people in and out of the party at different times. Fun fact.
cake. Okay.
Let's go. I am ready. Let's go.
Okay.
So first, you want to go to the next plane with Chloe in your party.
All right.
It's just the way to be. It'll save time to just put her in.
Right.
Plus, she's in one of the lowest levels, so might as well. Chloe style. Get some better equipment for you, sir. Reflective robe. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Ba 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 ba. I think we're good. I think we good. Let's see. Lock style. Also, if you haven't been doing all of the constellation doors, now's probably the time you want to make sure you do all the ones that you can do. Especially since they provide good kind of levelage and like items and such style. Okay, that's good stuff. Phantom Pain. Atlas Hamar. Meteorfall Arc Prominence, that's new. I think that's like the ultimate fire attack. Incinerates all foes in an explosion, massive fire. All enemies, nice. Takes 108 EP, and that's with EP Cut 4. Woo! Good freaking times, man. I will tell you what. Oh, we need to upgrade your freaking Delio is what we need to do, man. That's what we need to do, man. Chloe! We need to upgrade your slot as well. We need EP3. They just don't want to give it to us, and it's just sad. Very, very sad, even. Fealty Sword. Ba, 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 ba. There you go, sir. Alright, can we, do? Okay. Upgrade that. Zen style. Upgrade that. Oh, we need to pretty much upgrade everything. Da, 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 da. Okay. I think we can upgrade some of those shenanigans. Now we can give you a Ruby Gem, which is basically attack 5. Same with you. Might as well get more attack out of things. Sapphire Gem. HP 5. There you go, sir. Now you're looking swell. Swell style, even. Okay, good times. I myself am but a shadow bound by the laws of Phantasma. As such, I'm afraid I'm limited in what I can do. But I'll be sure to do all I can to support you in your efforts. Cool. Effort style. Okay, so... the 5th plane. After returning to the garden after finishing exploring the 4th plane, Kevin collapsed. The cause is use of his stigma, and it will take some time for him to recover. Before collapsing, he gave me the cube. I intend to do as he wanted and take his place. Until Kevin wakes up again, I'll be leading the group in his place. Estelle also offered to act as my support, and I accepted her offer. The 5th plane appears to be a large labyrinth of marble. As soon as we stepped into it, we were attacked by fiends. More specifically, dream devils, which attacked the mind. We should be prepared to fight more. We obtained a new sealing stone. The fastest way to find out who is inside is to return to base. The 5th plane 2. The sealing stone contained a man named Richard. He didn't seem to understand why he ended up here, but he agreed to help nonetheless. How he ended up wearing different clothes from the ones he was wearing when caught in the white light is a mystery, though. Football style. We should be able to go somewhere new now that we've freed Richard. Let's resume our investigation. We encountered a large archaism belonging to Ouroboros. In front of it, we also found a sealing stone. By the sound of it, it contained someone Estelle was looking for. Inside it was Ren, an enforcer from Ouroboros. I let irritation get the better of me and drew my sword on her. I feel terrible for upsetting Tita by doing so. Ren worked out that this world responds to people's thoughts and desires, and the Lord of Phantasma must have changed it to this form. We defeated the Arachne sisters and gained a new sealing stone. The 6th plane! Good times. Agate style. Zen told me something pretty cool earlier. He says this place is perfect for martial arts training. I might not be into the same combat style as him, but I'm not going to say no to a chance to get stronger. Say, you want to join me for some sparring later, Zen? Sure thing. Zen style. Oh, Joshua. There's something that's kind of bugging me. Oh, right. I think I know what you must be talking about. Yeah, so... Then do you think one of the trials... Most likely, yes. I'm going to have to make sure I'm prepared. Good times. Oh, Reese. So, how are things going between you and the others? Getting along? Yeah, we are. We had the chance to get to know one another better while you were asleep. That's good, I guess. I fully expect you to keep your promise with me, however. If you dare break it, you're going without food for a week. Ouch. I'd rather you spared me that one. Food style. CP was restored to maximum. Also, I think there's a new set of books. Plus, I think there's a secret book you can read that actually gives you an achievement. Of course, I already got it. I think you actually have to talk to Shira down here in order to find it. This world really does make no sense. I mean, I'm pretty sure what Celeste is saying is the truth, but it all just seems so weird. Well, whatever. Guess there's no point in me worrying about it. I'll just try and help the princess here. I'm sorry, Josette. I didn't mean to push my work onto you. Oh no, it's no big deal. It's not like I've got anything better to do right now. All of the Doll Knights is on the bookshelf. Of course, that was one of the stories from the second game. So you want to talk to Shira here. I understand the gist of what Celeste was saying, but that doesn't really explain why there are all these books here. Especially so many of them. Something's not clicking with me. Oh, look at this weird one. Weird one? What's it called? It's not the Vegastar Guide to Quitting, is it? From Fat to Fit. By Gilbert Stein. What the hell? He wrote a book? These bookcases really are weird. Huh. So now you can read that one if you want. And there's an achievement for doing so, well, you might as well. But there's a book called From Fat to Fit, written by Gilbert Stein, academic incident style. He probably wrote it while he was causing that academic incident. Back away slowly. Read. Well, this guy's, dedicated, yeah. Let's go with that. So you can't actually read it, you just kind of get a response for it. Good times. Bum, 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 bum. Like that time Barn wrote a book, but it was written all in wingdings. I never imagined this would be the origin of the cube we've been relying on all this time. At least now we understand how we came to be drawn in here. To a degree. It seems like the one directly responsible for that happening was the Lord of Phantasma, too. I can't wait to make them pay for what they've done. So, Father, how are you feeling now? Fine, thanks. Sorry about worrying you guys so much. Oh, don't be. I wasn't there to see you collapse, so I was simply curious how you were doing. I never would have imagined the very ghost who aided us all this time was an ancestor of the Liberlian royal family. Still, I can hardly imagine a more reassuring revelation. I'd like to think that with her help, we may be able to compete against the Lord of Phantasma after all. Hello, Kevin. It sure seems like you've got quite a lot on your mind. I won't force you to tell us everything, but given that we've all been caught up in this, I think it's fair to expect some kind of explanation. You'll get one, I promise. Hope you don't mind waiting a little bit longer. Waiting style. So am I, still waiting for this world to stop hating. Can't find a good reason. What? You got that really rare Landmore limited edition plushie? I really want that one too. You're so lucky. Analyst. I think he's probably the one least bothered about what's going on here out of all of us. I was all set on going to get that one when it came out. But then this major job came in all of a sudden and I couldn't go out and buy it. Fun. So then I decided to give him a name. I raised a cat once before too, you know. The professor called him a steel cougar, if I recall. That's a big cat. That doesn't sound like the kind of cat I'm thinking of. Meh. Good times. I've got lots of plushies. My room's full of them. I wish I could show you them. Good times. Alright, so now we want to head out. Head back to the end of the 5th plane in order to get to the 6th. And like I said, this next one's gonna involve switching in certain characters at certain points. So that's definitely a fun time in the Mushroom Kingdom. But to save time, you just want to put Chloe in your party to start out with. This is the warp to the 6th plane, right? Time to hop to it then. Are you sure you're definitely okay, Kevin? Heh, I'm fine, honestly. Never better. Anyway, we can't afford to stand around talking here. We need to get moving. I suppose you're right. Kevin just needed some good rest. He's good. So what's the 6th plane all about?